The bass rattled the walls, far too cheerful for what was coming. Cut crystal chimed as someone toasted something meaningless. Perfumed laughter drifted in polished waves. Mara eased her fingers out of mine with intention, slow and theatrical, like she wanted everyone to notice the separation before the words arrived. She didn't look at me right away. Her attention went to the people arranged around us, wealthy, bored, draped across velvet furniture, already leaning in. Then she turned, smiling carefully. "I think we should stop seeing each other," she said, loud enough to carry, gentle enough to pretend it was mercy. The room didn't go quiet. It sharpened. That charged pause where everyone senses a spectacle forming. I felt myself change shape in their eyes, from person to story. Screens tilted. Someone murmured. Someone laughed too early. My chest didn't ache. It cleared. When she finally met my gaze, I saw it, the practiced look, the challenge disguised as vulnerability. I waited for something more. Nothing came. I nodded once. "All right," I said evenly. "Take care." The reaction wasn't what they'd rehearsed. No tears, no scene. Just a sentence that landed wrong. Faces flickered with confusion. This wasn't the script. Her friends leaned forward as if I'd missed my cue. Mara blinked, unsettled. That's when I understood. This moment had never been about us. It was about her. I didn't leave. That was the first thing they'd expected me to do. Storm off, plead, collapse. Instead, I lifted my glass and stayed still while something inside me quietly reorganized. Mara laughed too quickly. "Relax, it's just a joke." The words scraped. I watched her more closely then, how her eyes checked the room before checking me, how her shoulders stayed loose while her jaw tightened. This wasn't impulse. It was planned embarrassment, gift-wrapped as humor for people who'd never been afraid of losing anything. Pieces slid into place. The growing distance, the way she spoke of her circle like they were a jury, the comparisons dressed up as concern, the sense that my reactions were being graded. This wasn't a breakup. It was a performance meant to raise her status. Worse, she'd already written my character for them. Predictable. Needy. Easy to break. Tonight was supposed to prove it. I smiled faintly and drank. Part of me wanted to argue that love doesn't behave this way. But love doesn't rehearse cruelty, and it doesn't sell tickets. She touched my arm. "You're acting strange." No, I was finally paying attention. I didn't confront her then. There was no need. Once you stop shielding the truth, it steps forward on its own. Over the next days, I watched patterns form. Her phone turned face down more often. Conversations stalled when I entered. Her friends referenced arguments I'd never shared. I didn't snoop dramatically. I didn't accuse. I just observed. Details stopped lining up. Timelines bent. Emotions arrived out of order. I found messages. Not explicit, just careless. Private jokes I wasn't part of. Plans that excluded me without explanation. She wasn't betraying me with another person. She was betraying me with a version of herself. Someone lighter, sharper, unburdened by loyalty, admired for her edge. I started preparing. Not revenge. Just alignment. Quiet steps toward an exit that wouldn't require theatrics. She mistook my calm for confusion. That was her second miscalculation. The truth came without fireworks. A voice note she forgot to erase. Her voice bright, animated, reenacting the party, copying my expression. Her friends laughing harder than she did. "He actually thought it was serious," she said. "Honestly, men are so easy." I listened twice. When I handed her the phone, I said nothing. She listened. Color drained from her face. Her hands shook. She tried to speak, failed, tried again. I didn't mean. I met her eyes, steady and almost gentle. "You did," I said quietly. "You just didn't think I'd hear it." She cried then. Real tears. Useless now. I didn't yell. I didn't insult her. I thanked her. That broke something in her. I told her I'd already shared the recording with her friends. Let them hear how disposable people sound when they think they're above consequence. I packed carefully, taking only what belonged to me. She pleaded, apologized, promised transformation. I didn't debate. Some lessons only work when no one stays to explain them. I left without drama, without slamming anything. Later, I heard fragments. Friendship strained, laughter dulled, her name spoken with caution. As for me, there was no rush of relief. Just clarity. A clean absence where illusion used to live. She didn't lose me that night. She showed me who she was. And once you see clearly, love becomes optional. I didn't walk away furious. I walked away complete.